Hello and welcome to another weekly weigh-in video. This is week 22's weigh-in. I know I say it all the time, I sound like an old record, but I cannot believe how quickly time is going. It's so true, when they say the days are long, but the weeks go by in the blink of an eye, and the months, not a clue where the months are going. So yes, week 22 went really well. I stepped back up to 1B this week because I've just been feeling a bit hungry, for a couple of days, nothing mad, but it was enough for me to notice I was hungry. So I spoke with Jem. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back up to 4 products, and yeah, it's went really well for me this week. I weighed in this morning and I'd lost 4 pounds, so I was buzzing with that. I felt like I was owed a larger loss after a couple of weeks of lower losses. So yeah, when I saw 4 pounds, I was over the moon, I'm not gonna lie. I was buzzing well into the 13s. The lowest weight I've seen on scales in years. I wasn't even this light before I had Poppy. So yeah, really happy. Obviously last week I was feeling a little bit down in the dumps. I was in a real funk. And I think a couple of things contributed to that I covered in the last video, but I wanted to kind of talk about how I brought myself out of that funk, because I think we all find ourselves feeling like that, and I think how we bring ourselves back from it is so important, because it's in them moments, that we learn the lessons to help us in the future. So the biggest thing for me was that I firstly let myself feel in a bad mood, which was really hard. It goes against everything that I ever normally like. But I just let myself have days where I felt in a bad mood. I didn't try and make excuses for it. I didn't try and put on a happy face. I just let myself feel a bit crap. And I just sat with that for a little bit. And I think actually sitting through it and just having a couple of days where I did feel bad and then it didn't go on. I think when you self-medicate with food, your bad moods last longer, because you medicate with food for a short-term fix, but you don't actually process and work through the reason you're in a bad mood. So yeah, definitely sitting with those emotions helped so much. I talked with people about how I was feeling. So most importantly, Gemma, my consultant, that's what your consultants are there for. If you're in a bad place, reach out and speak to them. They will understand. They've all been on this journey and they've also had their own battles with food. And I think speaking to somebody who gets that is priceless for me. I spoke with Jamie as well and kind of let him know, but he doesn't get that struggle that I have in those moments with food and how I use food to self-medicate, whereas Jen understands the battle that people can have. So getting her advice and her kind of hyping me up really meant so much. So that was really useful. And then self-care is such a big thing for me. I've always preached self-care since I've been on plan. So I went and had my nails done again, potentially. I'm at the salon a lot, I'm not gonna lie guys, it's my thing. Instead of spending money on takeaways or food or treating myself with food, I go and get my nails, my lashes, my eyebrows, all that done. And then I also went and saw an osteopath / massage person. When I was pregnant with Poppy, obviously I put a lot of weight on, and the weight gain plus the change in my hormones resulted in the arches of my feet dropping, which is as painful as it sounds, and it's caused me loads of issues since. They haven't really corrected themselves, and it put my posture all off, and yeah, it's just uncomfortable. So I finally went and booked and had that done, had a massage. They got all the knots out at the top of my back, my shoulders literally dropped at least 2 inches. And actually, if you look at my most recent before and afters from the side, I'll put them up later in the week, the difference in where my shoulders are sitting is remarkable. So had that done, got rid of some stress that way. And then even just having a bath, I made myself do my hair this week, which, I wasn't feeling like I particularly wanted to spend an hour blow drying and straightening my hair, but I was like, no, what make you feel better, so you're gonna do it. So yeah, self-care and really dedicating time to yourself I think is so important, and it really helps. So that is massive. And then trying to get outside and get into the fresh air and burning off some of that emotion. Really interesting comment actually left on my last video, where somebody said that emotion is just motion stuck in your body or something to that effect, and that when we have a lot of emotion, actually moving our bodies and trying to get that moving, if you can really help. And I really find that helps, getting out, having a walk, just being outside it does so much for your soul. Never used to when I was big, because I didn't want to be outside, I didn't want to be seen, quite frankly, when I was that big. But like now, I really find a lot of calm and like peace just being outside. I take Poppy out, I pop a podcast in, I listen to a podcast or like put a YouTube video on, and yeah, just have some time just with me. And just, I think that repetitive motion of just walking it's really, really helped, like just puts you in like a little bit of trance, isn't it? It's like, it's really nice. Anyway, so those really helped me this week get out of that funk. And I think I was feeling a little bit stagnant, like not even losses, because my losses have been very, very consistent, but I think I was really struggling to see the changes in my body. I've been speaking to a couple of people this week and who've been on one-to-one and they've lost a lot of weight, and like, when does your head catch up with your body? Because I very much, like, I know I've lost the weight, like, but I still don't always see it. Or I think, oh, I've got a really long way to go when I look at my body, and then I'll do like a before and after and I'll be like, that's not me, like I must just got like a good angle there, or, you know, like that can't be right. But it is, and I think just acknowledging how far you've come sometimes is a difficult thing to do, but so important. So, you know, taking lots of before and after pictures, even just how I am as a person. So we've been watching back some of my old videos or stories and just seeing the difference in me, my confidence, my energy levels. That's been really, really good at reinforcing that message to myself that this is how far you've come. But yeah, if anyone's got any tips on that, on how you get your brain to catch up with your body, I would really, really be grateful for them, because it's something that I think that I definitely, I'm not struggling with, I wouldn't say struggling with it, but I definitely do not always see the changes that have happened in my body. And I think, you know, we can sometimes be so focused on our goal that we don't revel in the successes that we have on the journey. I am so guilty of this. Like, I am so focused that I'm getting to goal that it's almost like until I get there, like I'm not going to be satisfied with even the wins I'm getting along the way. So I think trying to be more mindful and more in the moment in those achievements will help in me catching up. So that's something I'm still working on. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know how you make that better, because that's something that I am definitely still looking into and trying to figure out how you get your brain to catch up with your body. How do you enjoy that process whilst you're ultimately like lasering into an end goal, which has always been what I've been like, because my goal is very specific. Like, it's not that your goals are not specific. Obviously, like, goal setting, your aim should always be specific, because otherwise you don't get the driver to get there. But, you know, I've always said, I mean, very open on here, that I want to get to goal so I can have my skin removal surgery. And to have the skin removal surgery, I have to have a certain BMI. So my goal, that for that reason, has always been very set. Like, this is where I need to get to, so I can ultimately have that surgery. But I think having that laser focus sometimes just takes me away from being like, Rach, look at what you're achieving now. And that's what I'm definitely going to try and be a little bit more mindful of. So any tips on like how to be more present with those achievements, or how to make your brain catch up with your body, let me know. But yes, good week ahead. I've had a lovely bit of news this bank holiday. My sister's got engaged, which is just fantastic. So they their wedding is going to be next year. So I mean, do I need any more motivation? It's even more motivation now to get to goal so I can have my surgery before her operation. Oh God, so exciting. And yeah, my week ahead is looking absolutely fine. So I'm going to stick to 1B. Obviously, I'm 2.5 pounds away now from 6 stone loss. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, it literally, I just can't comprehend it. Like, it just blows my mind. So yeah, I want that off this week. I want those 2.5 pounds gone so I can get my 6 stone. I want that jigsaw piece on my fridge so badly, like, you wouldn't even understand. So hopefully I get that this week. One thing I have done this week more so that I'm going to keep doing now is I've been tracking my water. And I actually think I would never drink less than 2.5 litres a day. But I think for me, I need more like 3.5 litres a day. And I think I've been falling a bit short of that, which is why maybe I had slower losses, maybe not, maybe it's just my body, who knows. I'm not going to overthink it, but I'm just going to track my water again this week with the warmer weather as well, just to make sure I'm getting in that 3.5 litres of just water. And then obviously I have my tea, coffee and products on top of that as well. So yeah, everyone's body's different. but I think 3.5 litres of water was what my body likes, so I need to get on top of that again. So I'll be using the Water Reminder app. That's literally what it's called if you want to have a look in the Apple or Play Store. Really, really good app, highly recommend it. But yes, on to another really good week. Hope everyone's having a good week, everyone's enjoying the sun. Any questions, as always, leave them down below. I'll put Gemma's details down below as well, so you can check her out if you want to get on plan. Like, she's amazing, cannot rate her enough. She's just fabulous, and oh my god, is she looking incredible. She's been documenting her step 2 journey, and she's just, well, obviously she's the queen of one-to-one, this is why, but she is smashing it. She looks incredible. Go over, check out her YouTube videos if you like these like talky, vloggy, longer style videos. She and her brother James have been documenting their step 2 journey, so she's now going to go up to step 3 and show us that, so I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, it's nice to see like the other steps whenever you are like on a lower step, kind of seeing how that journey will unfold. So yes, hope everyone has a fabulous week, and I will check in with you all next week.